Hello and welcome back. Sorry for the long delay. We'll be looking back at Windows 11 version 23H2 and then going on to older version Windows. This is because last video I overtext my graphics processor, which sort of deadened the effect of these time bugs. Also made the video a lot longer than it needed to be. So far, GPU, CPU, is around 34%, 18%, 10%. Yeah, typical for a good running virtual machine. Now, what I'm going to do differently in this video is have my screen resolution set to 1080p instead of 4K, because I'm using a 4K monitor. Now, let's go ahead and begin. We'll set the date to January 1st, 2024, and a valid privilege is not held by the client because we're not using it. I've attempted this video once before and it did not work. So, date, January 1st, 2024. Time's fine. We can leave it 12:06. We'll go ahead and reboot. And I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording now. We'll be back when it restarts. Alright, that took a while to restart. And it is running really slowly. And so when it boots up into the operating system, we'll take a look at it then. If I can figure out how to get my cursor out of here. Never mind, okay. Okay, the taskbar is missing. I'm not sure even what time it is. So, okay. I was outside the virtual machine. Okay, H is not one. It would be in the virtual machine. Come on, okay. Time, date, start, CPU. Okay. December 31st, 99. And so things are really starting to slow down. I don't have any additional clocks. And so, yeah. Go ahead and come back in 1 minute. Alright, we're almost there. Be New Year's Eve, 8,000 years in the future, and then that sudden delay in the seconds is a little unnerving. So it sure reminds me what Windows XP does, and we'll take a look at that in the next video. Command prompt started open, so the system's running a little bit more smoothly than it was under the other one. The start menu is completely broken. That's fun. Alright, one more bug to look at is we'll set to the date. Try to set the date to 30,828. However, I highly doubt this is going to work. So set to 2/9/1/2024. And we'll go ahead and restart again. And everything should be working a little bit more smoothly. Okay, the start menu is still a little lagging. Where do we just click restart and we should be fine. Right, here we are. We just type year equals 30,828 and hope for the best. So it doesn't look like it actually went to 30,828. So we'll leave this time bug out and revisit it in the next video when we look at Windows XP, as apparently it does actually work in that version. And now we shall move on to Windows 11 version 21H2, which has some really interesting graphical glitches. Alright, here we are logging in. Take a few minutes here. Now I'm not going to go open up Task Manager or anything. The bugs in this version are absolutely wild. Like, the operating system practically becomes unusable. So we'll go ahead and open up Command Prompt here and get this rodeo started. Now, for some reason this virtual machine is running a little bit slower than the other one. I don't know why. It might be just the fact that I'm not connecting to the computer and you don't see anything. It just seems smooth on your end. However, this is starting to get annoying. So we'll just go ahead and reboot. Watch and awe as Windows 11 version 21H2 completely loses its mind. So here we go. We just go to /year equals 1601 and let's go. Alright, here we go. If you hear a thudding in the background, that's my dog. She's currently scratching herself. And now we're about to watch. I attempted to record this yesterday and it did not work out very well. So, but that's how I know what goes on. Is that Windows 11 completely has a seizure when you load it up. Here we go. So the first thing I notice is that Explorer is now restarting over and over again. Meaning the run command through Explorer is completely disabled, however we can still use the one through Task Manager. Command prompt at administrator level is completely broken, though the thing I've noticed so far is that the graphics driver seems to be working, despite the last time I attempted to record this video, because we got curved window borders. It's kind of nice. And we got 100% CPU all the way through, and Windows 11 is not doing well. One thing I have noticed about going to the year 10,000 is the fact that we're going to have to use time date CPL here because, and the network is just locked up. There we go. It's starting to work again. It is really having trouble doing anything. Oh, I didn't really throw that checkbox. We might be at least command prompt, I don't know. CMD. Wait to create this task. Administrative privileges. Alright. So we got command prompt to work. We're going ahead and set the date to 12/31/2024. And now the chaos is stopped for the time being. We'll just advance the time by about 8 minutes. And let's go see what happens. We'll go ahead and shut down -R-T0 to make it quick, and we got 4 minutes. Let's go. Now, the one thing I've noticed about this version of Windows is that whenever you try to set it to the year 9999, it just sets it to the year 9998. So let's set it to the year 10,000 and just hope for the best. I think this virtual machine might be completely toast. It just hung on this black screen. Now, if you're wondering, if you set it to 9999, it does the same thing as it was when we were doing 1601, even if it does set it to 9998. However, when you set it to the year 10,000, it looks like you just get this black screen. So, moving on to Windows 10 version 22H2. We are on Windows 10 version 22H2. And we just hit the login screen. Beautiful Windows 10. Hard to believe it's going to be at a supporting a year and 3 months. I still use it as my primary operating system, though I have a Windows 11 dual boot, as you can see here. Now, this virtual machine is notoriously slow. Don't ask me why. And it does not get any better when it comes to these time formatting bugs. Now, we'll go ahead, let's look at Task Manager. Here, I feel like I'm doing one of those videos for the MTA certification, remember that. But, yeah, this performance is, whoa. The performance is really bogged down. CPU is just spiked at 100, though this is typical when you just boot up. So this virtual machine with only one processor is just hogging as much as it possibly can. However, there is a noticeable difference when working with these time bugs. So we'll go ahead and look at that. Oh look, it's suddenly dropping. But we'll go ahead and look at the first one, which is January 1st, 1601, of course. We'll go ahead and click OK. Yeah. And set the date to January 1st, 2024. And move on to just after the Elizabethan era. Somewhere around there. I don't know when the Elizabethan is, sometime during the 16th century. Yeah, let's go ahead and restart. Or not. Okay, so there we go. Alright, we just go ahead and type year equals 1601 and press enter, and let's go. I think it's going to go on to January 2nd, 1601, but we should see a similar effect. However, the reason I'm saying this is because the time was set to 11:56 p.m. on June 4th, 2024, when I first started it up. So, and it takes forever to boot up. So I'm going to stop the recording here and come back when it boots up. It took about 5 minutes for it to start up. And it's even worse off than it was earlier. This Explorer is just not responding at all. And the clock at the bottom is stuck at 11:59 p.m. on January 1st, 1601. So we're going to try not to press Windows key R. We're going to try to press Control in the virtual machine. Whoa, we got Windows 7 now. The computer's so bad off, so it looks like Desktop Window Manager is just completely... Come on in. It's okay. Come on in. It looks like Desktop Window Manager is completely broken. Sorry about that. My dog was whining. However, it looks like it just loaded. But we got some Windows 7 for a second. That was fun. Let's go in, and the clock just shot right back up to June 4th, 2024. But that was an interesting effect when it lasted. Now let's go on to December 31st, 99.99, and I'm gonna go ahead and go up to devices, network settings, just, you know, completely disable that. How do I do that? Alright, let's go to network here. We're gonna go to not attached. Press OK, and we're gonna look at the effect of the other bug, the Y10K bug. And it's taking forever to load. Okay. expected, I just disconnected the virtual machine from the internet, so we shouldn't have it trying to fast forward us to the modern day. And we'll go ahead and supersede the time to 23:54 in 0 seconds, just in case. And we're going to go ahead and reboot and see what happens. Okay, so I don't know what just happened, but the virtual machine just shut itself down. So I just started back up, and I hope our time date settings were saved. Now, where is my cursor? I need to stop the recording. Alright, looking down at the taskbar, we got Windows 11 bug going on here, where it sets it to 99.98, so we may not be able to look at the Y10K bug for this version of Windows. However, we can still see the effects of such an advanced time, as it usually does not change much going into the 5 digits in Windows 10. I wonder if we can still get the Windows 7 stuff. That's always fun. Windows 7 is always fun. That's what we're looking at in the next video. Doesn't look like anything's happening. I think, yeah, this virtual machine's locked up. First of all, it just completely crashed when I was trying to set the date, and from there it's just gotten worse and worse. Now, I could go back in the footage and look to see if I actually set it to 99.99, but I'm starting to doubt that I actually did. Like, I think I did, but I think it's just doing Windows 11 version 21H2 again. Something about version 23H2 fixes this issue that was introduced sometime around this time. However, we should not encounter this issue in Windows 10 version 1507, the original release of Windows 10 from July 29th, 2015. Here we are, and in all its glory. And the first thing I'm going to do is disconnect it from the internet, like I should be doing with all of them, and for some reason aren't. Almost it ain't. I don't know. Ain't or aren't. Do I do ain't or aren't? But set it to not attached, and we should see the icon goes forth as such. Now, the hero wallpaper has not yet been introduced, though the performance of this operating system is about as bad as the one we just looked at. Now, you notice we don't have the globe. Instead, we got that X that was such the older style Windows, like Windows 7, 8, and of course about up to the anniversary update with Windows 10. Another gem, as we go ahead and start changing the date here, is I can't use Control-Shift to start a command task with administrator privileges. So we'll just use Task Manager. Here we'll go up to File, Run, New Task, and run command prompt with administrator privileges, and we don't get the UAC. Darn it. I want to show you the UAC. No, not that. Whoa, we got the old action control. That's always fun. CMD. Go ahead and run as administrator. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Otherwise, let's go ahead and set the date to January 1st, 2024. And set. We don't need to change the time. I didn't realize how much of the older stuff was in this early version of Windows 10. It's astonishing how much it's changed over the years. The start menu looks completely different. Otherwise, let's go ahead and reboot. Here we go. We'll just go ahead and type year equals 1601 and see what happens. Whoa, no, 1601. 1601. There we go. Okay, what's going on here? I don't have a password to this user account. Okay, that was very weird. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff here. Let's open up File Explorer. Here. To this PC. Doesn't look like anything's wrong. Let's open up the Settings app. That's one thing we need. Settings app seems to work just fine. Everything seems to be working as it should. Wait, security. If I can spell it. Yeah, I think this is supposed to say that Windows is not activated. Yeah. Just act like it's So one thing I noticed about this version of Windows 10 is whenever you're not connected to the internet and you're not activated, it just suddenly acts like it's activated for a second. And it just says connect to the... However, the reduced functionality mode does not seem to take precedence here. We'll look at WinVer here. Build 10.240, copyright 2015. This is the last version of Windows to have this version 10.0. Windows 10 Pro. Okay, good. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So we'll go ahead and change the date to December 31st. A new task. Create this task with administrator level privileges. And go ahead and change the date to the 31st. And the time to 11:56 p.m. I think for some of these I've been setting, the last one I set it to 11:54 a.m. by accident, I don't know. Alright, let's go. And let's reboot. Looking here, we can set the year to 99.99 and go on. We're getting there. We're getting there. Now, one thing I haven't been able to show you yet is the fact that whenever you slide up on the lock screen, it still has that same effect as in Windows 8 where it has the image scroll up with you, as opposed to modern versions of Windows 10 where only the text scrolls up. That was introduced in like 3 versions after this version. However, the reason why it's not showing it is because I don't have a password on this user account, so we won't be able to take a look at it. But first, let's go ahead and run timedate.cpl. There's a few things I want to run here. Taking forever to run. Okay, why is everything setting the date to 99.98? What is going on there? Well, that must have been a very old bug. So we won't be able to see that. However, let's look at some of the effects of this far out time. I might have to redo this video at some point, like a follow-up to all this. I have a feeling one person managed to get around to it by restarting 6 times. I'm serious. Wow. Oh yeah, daylight savings time begins at Sunday, March 14th, 99.99 at 2 a.m. Let's go ahead and run Task Manager here. I believe the old personalization option is still available in this version of Windows. Nope, it's not. It's completely gone. Okay, I did not realize that. I wish it wouldn't do that. I wish it would set it to 99.99, but it looks like it's not going to do that. So, yeah. But I love how it says daylight savings time will begin on Sunday, March 14th, 99.99 at 2 a.m. Clock is set to go forward 1 hour at the time. I feel bad for the person using this operating system 8,000 years in the future. I'm not sure Windows will even exist 8,000 years in the future. I don't know. However, let's just hope the next version of Windows that actually set it to that date. We can look at Though I noticed some of the bugs people have noticed is the fact that it just settings app doesn't work correctly. None of the UWP apps freeze. Some work, sometimes they don't. However, we can move on to Windows 8.1. And I might do a second follow-up video at a later time, like months from now. We'll finish this series of videos, and I might come back to it to explain what might have gone wrong. Okay? Let's go. Here we are in Windows 8 in all of its glory. So we got the start menu, duplicate. We still got the old style settings applications here. And I noticed I was having issues with the latest versions of guest edition, so I went ahead and used an older version so we wouldn't have that issue. So let's go ahead and run Task Manager here. See how the performance of this operating system is going. Surprisingly, the disk usage is very high. That's interesting. Now the CPU just spiked, and the disk usage just crashed. So, alright. Let's run new task. Create this task with administrator privileges. The old style font, eh? That never gets too old. I'm looking forward to doing the part 3. So we're going to set to January 1st, 2024. And restart. Now let's see what happens. If I can actually type the letter T correctly. Let's go. Alright. So we're going to head and set the year to 99. Well, not yet. We're going to set it to 1601. And go. So, here we go. Welcome. Forever Moments. January 1st, 1601. Let's go. Let's see. Task Manager. CPU is completely normal. It's as if nothing's gone wrong. We haven't. Nothing is going wrong yet. We're still good. Now let's test some of these. Let's go to Calculator. Calculator still works. Okay. What is going on here? Okay, come on, stop. I am moving my mouse right here. It's aggravating. Windows 8 is being aggravating. So, yeah, nothing. Let's just move on to the year 10,000. And I hope it actually sets it to the correct year. That's a Windows 10 and 11 thing. Let's hope that's just a Windows 10 and 11 thing. See here. Come on. Okay, time. We're gonna set to 23:50. Come on, stop it. Okay. Windows 8, you're driving me nuts. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and restart. And hope for the best. No, I'm not gonna stop the recording here. Let's just go on because this virtual machine's running a lot better. Let's go set the year to 99.99. You see, 99.99. I'm not hallucinating. Why is it setting the 99.98? I don't know. And when we try to set it to year 10,000, it just blacked the screen out. So, alright, we get the normal welcome message. Okay. On the TV. Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, what is going on here? Alright, let's try setting it to 10,000 and just hope for the best. Alright, /year equals 10,000. I highly doubt Windows 8.1 is going to have a connection fit over this. Alright, come on. Alright, there we go. I knew it would eventually happen. So we know how to fix it now. Except on Windows 11. Windows 11 just didn't work. Now, I might do a follow-up video in the future going back to those 3 versions of Windows and going specifically towards the Y10K bug, but however, that's a video for a future date and will not be a part of this series. So let's go ahead and take a look at timedate.cpl. And here we go. Can I set the time a little further? I mean, I don't want to wait here forever. Task, man. How do I get task manager? Task, MGR. Okay, there we go. There's task, man. I think that's Windows 3.1. Run new task. We'll go ahead and run this as administrator. And set it to the time to 23:59:50. Why not? Uh-oh. Alright, I guess not. So let's go ahead and wait here, I guess, for the full minute, and I'll stop the recording here and come back in a minute. Here we go. Three versions of Windows, this did not want to work. Okay, what's going on? Okay. I don't want to update Windows. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's go look at some stuff. Let's go ahead and look at the calculator. Okay, look at it, works just fine. Can you just stop bugging me about Windows Update, please? What do you want me to do? What do you seriously want me to do? Okay. Nothing bad's happening other than this just completely locked up. So date, time, whoa. Time, whoa, time. Okay. Alright, let's move on to Windows 8. Here we are, and this was for me trying to test for story-based videos. Here, there's a Google thing. Me unsuccessfully using the Wayback Proxy. So I just downloaded them from the Wayback machine and modified them to remove the toolbar. However, for some reason, Google ain't wanting to load, even though it's a local file on the virtual machine. So here we are on the good old Windows 8, everyone's least favorite operating system. The lack of start button, really the inability to do much of anything. I can't see my all apps screen, which is annoying. There's so many things that are just so... Why is there a German cockroach on my screen? Okay, sorry about that. So if we can load up start menu here. How do we click the start menu? You just press the start button key on my keyboard. Alright, let's set the date to January 1st and begin. So we're looking at Task Manager here. Everything looks pretty good. We're on command prompt, an elevated command prompt. go ahead and change the date to January 1st, 2024. And the term we can leave alone, -R-T0. Go ahead and restart. Here we go. Go ahead and type year equals 1601. And view the effects. Now, I've noticed there's not much effects, even when we can manage to get the Y10K bug to work properly. For most people, it's usually Universal Windows applications breaking and performance lagging, and from what we can tell in this video, sometimes the start menu just will not show up. So here on January 1st, 1601, 12:38 a.m. And nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. I can still bring up File Explorer here. That was the CD I made with the files on it. It was an ISO image that I just made with any burn. Everything seems to be copacetic. Let's go ahead and press the start button and look at some of these applications. Let's go to the calculator. I remember using Windows 8.1 on an old blue laptop. Oh, those were the days. Windows 8.1, Windows 7, and the older versions of Windows 10 are just bring me at. This, on the other hand, just drives me nuts. Okay, so this calculator application seems to be working just fine. Alright, let's move on to the next bug, which is going to be that other bug, Y10K. Why can I not remember Y10K? Which will set the date to 12/31/2024, and the time to 23:56 and 0 seconds, and to go ahead and reboot. Come on. My keyboarding skills are a little shot. Go ahead and restart. See the effect. It's taking a lot longer to restart. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Go ahead and set the year to, hopefully this doesn't go to 9998, because for some reason every single one we've looked at wants to go to 9998. However, I've looked at setting it to